folks, this one is filled with some of the good and some of the bad. Who wants to hear the good first? Well, let's say it's going to be the good first. It was another very successful It's a Wonderful Life festival here in Seneca Falls this past weekend. Yep, it was another good one to celebrate the very beloved movie of which Seneca Falls seemed to be the model for Bedford Falls. And yes, it was good to see all the actors come out imitating the characters, all the child actors who acted in the movie, including Zuzu Carolyn Grimes. And even though Mother Nature threw her 2 pennies in this time, yeah, it was good to celebrate Seneca Falls, aka Bedford Falls. It was also good to see the parade continue. It was also good that even if Mother Nature kept some of the entrants away for the 5K run walk, it still was a big and good and enthusiastic crowd. And also good that we could showcase a couple of the new businesses, especially Fall Street Brewing. Yep, if you saw me on there, I was down there enjoying one of the unique drinks down there. They don't have their liquor license yet because the state hasn't gotten the lead out of its ass to get Fall Street Brewing a liquor license so it can sell its beer that it's going to be brewing right there in the building. But the thing is, they got kombucha, which is fermented tea, supposedly with probiotic qualities. Yeah, you taste it. It's a unique taste. Maybe almost like a vinegary taste. But you know what? Supposedly it's good for you. It's good for your digestive system. And I mean, yeah, unique way to give me a metal straw. But whatever. It was another successful It's a Wonderful Life festival, and we're ready to do it again next year. So next year, hopefully we'll celebrate another great year for the It's a Wonderful Life festival. And that's one of the good things. Another one of the good things, the Buffalo Bills are going back to the playoffs for the second time in 3 years. You betcha. But McDermott, Bean, and the Pagulas have this franchise pointed on the straight and narrow, pointed on the up, with a pretty good 17-10 win over a team that has given us fits for 20 years. It has been pretty much that long since we've beaten the Pittsburgh Steelers, but we took care of Pittsburgh, and also for the first time in 20 years, we've got double-digit wins. Yeah, we reached 10 wins with that victory over Pittsburgh. And now, let's continue to aim higher. Because guess what? This Saturday, another product of that flex scheduling the NFL has put in to have marquee matchups put on the national stage on the NFL Network this Saturday. We go up to Foxborough to take on a team that seems to be fading little by little. Even if they clinched another playoff berth for the 11th year in a row. And hopefully, maybe with some luck, we can end their stranglehold on the AFC East. Yes, we go up to face fading Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Now everybody's probably going to say, hold it right there, Pilgrim, don't write them off just yet. Well, mainly it's the defense that's carried the day for New England. Yes, New England's got a pretty good defense. But you know what? Tom Brady and the offense is starting to fade a little bit. Brady, I think, is starting to show his 42 years. He's not as sharp as he once was. Although people are going to say, yeah, he can still manage. He can throw to Edelman. He's not as sharp as he used to be. Last 2 times he's played the Bills, we've confused him. And a couple times we've been able to put him on his keister. Well, you know what? This is a whole new ball game. For the first time, this meeting against New England in a long time definitely means something. Yeah, we beat New England, we'll be tied with them. Going into next week, what we need to do is beat the Jets and have Miami beat New England, and guess what? for the first time in 20 years, we can win the division. Isn't that exciting, Bills fans? Yeah. Second time in 3 years. We're playoff bound. And you know what? Things continue to look up, especially with an off season where we got about 8 draft picks and about $90 million in cap space to spend. Things definitely are looking up, Bills fans. We made the playoffs. Now let's keep aiming higher. And I'm kind of wondering where the Syracuse basketball team is aiming, because their aim is off, especially from beyond the three-point arc and other areas. Because guess what? Another loss. This time to our arch rivals. Yeah, we went down to Georgetown, and we hope because Georgetown is a little short-handed now because of defections and because of arrests, that maybe the Hoyas were right for the picking. But again, the problems that are plaguing the Orange came to the fore there on Saturday. An 89-79 loss to Patrick Ewing and the Hoyas. And I mean, problems. I mean, this team is definitely inconsistent this year. We got 3 games left to tune for the ACC schedule. We got Oakland tomorrow night. I mean, not Oakland in California, Oakland in Michigan. We got North Florida, and which is a bunch of ospreys, but we have to watch where those birds fly. And then we got to play a university that we haven't played in a while that used to be a big opponent for us in the past. But tell me, where do you find a Purple Eagle? Yes, Niagara is our last game before we really jump into the heart of our ACC schedule. But right now, this Orange team is fraught with problems. And I mean problems with a big P. I mean no really big inside game. And I mean when we're off from shooting beyond the arc, we're off. This is a problematic team. And there are a few people like me who are kind of wondering, are we going to see the Orange maybe have a losing season? It's entirely possible. You know, there's a lot of concerns right now. We got to get them fixed. And I do want to say, I'm going to go from the bad to a little of the good. Yes, this Thursday is supposedly the day when the Star Wars, the Rise of Skywalker comes into theaters. The last chapter in the Skywalker saga for Star Wars. You know, it's been a great ride these last 42 years. But all things come to an end. And hopefully the Star Wars saga is going to come to an end with a bang. But there are a couple of questions. One, how do you have a Star Wars movie without a Han Solo being with Lando Calrissian? Yes, Billy D. Williams reprises his great role from The Empire Strikes Back in this movie. And he probably said, hey, Schlitz malt liquor, anyone? But I also kind of wonder about Daisy Ridley, who's become one of the main stars of the saga here in these last few films. Can you really do a flip over a TIE fighter? Or is that J.J. Abrams and all of his wizardry? We'll find out. Should be a great end to a great saga. And last but not least, I'm going to say, hey, they're all up and saying about Mariah Carey hitting number 1 25 years after she put out All I Want for Christmas. You know what? That's not the big Christmas carol on my deal. You know what should hit number 1? Jimmy Durante singing Frosty the Snowman. Of course, that was in the past. I'm Ken Haas, and that's my story this week. And if I don't do a show next week, Merry Christmas.